just with it being Christmas and guys getting ready to get away, just what you think of how they were locked in, especially with some of the upsets that we've seen in college basketball the last couple of weeks?
Well, obviously last night we made them very much aware of that, that this time of year, if you're not focused, and we tell them constantly everybody can play. And, we had the utmost respect for Austin Peay and certainly the fact, and we showed them were they a good basketball team, and they were missing 3 guys tonight. And but the fact is, we talked about the approach that we've had all year, and can we get better? Can we find a way to get? We needed to get better. We put our numbers up where we haven't been as effective shooting the ball inside too, and talked about different guys' statistical numbers. But the one thing that we did say to the team was that we weren't concerned about Santi shooting. It wouldn't take but a game for him to get back with it. But really, as a staff, we're excited about Jonas and what he did tonight. Was one away from having a double-double. Tobey, the way he gets it done, he's a rebounder. The way he goes and gets it's a great thing. But we worked hard. I thought our guys worked hard inside some really good interior passing. And defensively, Nate James does a terrific job playing to his personnel, and we knew their post player that he's been effective everywhere that he went. We wanted to try to push him out where they couldn't enter it as easy there, and our post guys we knew had their hands full. But overall, just the maturity of our team this time of year, and this is a tough game. And based on what you had mentioned about earlier in this week, how teams were losing games that you would think that they shouldn't lose, and so we're from that point we're really proud of the maturity that our guys showed.
You touched on it, but I wanted to ask you about the young bigs, Tobey and Jonas. How beneficial can it be for them to get a game like this on film and for you to be able to say, this is what we're talking about?
Huge, because their effort was really good, and I think it's good for Urosh and Olivier too, knowing that they better be consistent, get done what they need to get done, because those guys, Jonas wasn't particularly effective at Arizona, but his preparation maybe the last day and today's shoot around's the best it's been. He was locked in and he did some really good things. And Tobey is just, we're going to watch him continue to grow up. He was better tonight than he was in practice yesterday and shoot around today. And he's learning how to, again, I think, play through fatigue a little bit. But overall, it was a great effort by both of those guys.
Grant and Ryan, I know you said you weren't worried about Santi entering tonight, but was it nice for him to see the shots go down the way they did?
Yeah, yesterday in practice we were doing a lot and telling him that, because you could tell he's a good driver. You watch him on tape, the way people guard him, he doesn't get a whole lot of looks, so he gets used to having it because people are trying to, down him, not let him come off the screens or chase him hard. But yesterday we were doing some different things to try to get him separation. Say, hey, you got to shoot it. You got to shoot it. And you know what? Didn't shoot it great yesterday in practice, but today in shoot around, every time I looked, he was making shots. And just again, that part of it, because he affects the game in so many different ways. Zakai, and Shaq, they do a lot. I think that. Tyreek is getting there too, where even nights when they don't shoot it, they just play a huge impact on the game, and we got to get our post guys doing that. We need them to impact the game in ways when they're not making shots. But we did probably the best job we did all year for them. Again, we went through one flurry there where I think we missed 3 or 4 shots in a row. I think we were shooting right at 67% from the 2 in the first half, and we got to get up there with that number. That's important to us.
What did you like about Hill's ball movement tonight?
I thought the tempo, was good. I thought we were efficient. I thought we were locked into each other. I do think our guards are getting better at getting the ball to our post players, and our post players, I think, are doing a better job too of wanting to meet the ball as opposed to just waiting for it to get there. They doubled early. They were coming from the backside, and I thought Olivier made some really nice passes, and Urosh, where we got the dives there. Jonas came down and caught 2 of them. Really good movement there. So overall, and it's tight quarters in there. You guys watch us practice. We work every day on those guys playing in tight spaces. But I thought the movement was good. I thought our movement overall was pretty good.
What do you think about Julian's performance after a tough one against Arizona?
You know, I think he struggled. I mean, like a freshman, but you know, we've got great belief in him, and one of the reasons we left him out there, he picked up those 2 fouls early, and he's got to stay away from that. He's got to stay away from it, and obviously we put him back in, and I didn't think he was ready mentally. I think he probably thought when we took him out with 2 fouls he wouldn't play the first half, and then he went in and he just wasn't locked in the way I think he needs to be defensively, because if he'll lock in, he's getting better defensively and have the mindset he's going to impact the game the way those guys do when they're not making shots. It's only going to make him better, and his offense is going to come. He's like Santi. We know he's a really good offensive player, and we know it's a matter of time, but he struggled, and but he's somebody that we have great belief in, and he'll keep getting better.
Rick, at any point during his recruiting process, did you think that Tobey could come in here and rebound the ball like this as a freshman, and how much of that is something that he's just kind of born with versus something he's worked for?
Well, it's definitely him, his DNA. I mean, he led the EYBL in rebounding. That's what he did. And, you know, if you talk to people that have been around the game a long, long time, they'll tell you there's one statistic that translates from junior high to high school to college to the NBA, and it's rebounding. If you rebound the ball, you rebound the ball. And he does it. I mean, he's going to get so much better. I mean, it's exciting to watch him because once he learns to get off the ground as quick as he does, rebounding the ball with his offensive game, it's going to be neat to watch him grow there, because he's never been asked to do a lot offensively, and obviously with his size, he was able to bully people, and he can still. He's strong. He really is strong, but it's his rebounding is. I mean, he's got a great knack, and I've coached a few guys that, I mean, they're just great at it, and you wish you could give it to everybody, but it's his want to, it's in his DNA, and as time goes on, people are going to say you got to keep him off the glass, and I'm telling you, he's a guy that will keep fighting to get it. He will.
A couple straight strong offensive performances from y'all's front court. Do you feel like those guys are kind of starting to turn a corner?
You know, I want to say so, but again, I'm still think that's the question mark. Can we still be consistent? Can we get consistent to where they can do it? And I am telling you, they're working at it. They really are. They're working hard at it. But I guess I'd like to say I hope so, but I guess it remains to be seen.
Austin Peay didn't score their first field goal till about the 11-minute mark of the first half. What was your team doing defensively in order to have that be a struggle for Austin Peay?
Well, one, they run really good stuff, and they're deliberate, somewhat deliberate in their style, because they're so well coached. They know exactly what they're looking for. You talk about an inside presence. They have that identity. They have a post player that they love to play through, and you watch their schemes. They do a lot of misdirection to get him a chance where he can do something with it, and they're not afraid to get you deep into the shot clock. And but we had them out probably further than they wanted to be, and when you can push out like that, and then I thought they adjusted well and started driving the ball, which that's again a great adjustment for them. And we felt like we were getting a little bit too spread out, but on the other hand, we felt like it was keeping them from getting the ball in the post so easy, because they're good at it, and they really are. And when he gets it in there, he knows what to do with it. But again, they run good offense, but we were locked in as a team, and I thought our help defense, our fix-it plays were pretty good.
Finish up with Al and then Ben.
Coach, nine opponents, 50 points or fewer. How much does that mean to the players?
Well, we set our goals. We have goals every game that we'd like to get to, and we just want to make every possession count. And when one of the keys that has been in that is that we've been able to defend without fouling people. And at Arizona, we fouled. Well, they got fouled too, but anyway, we fouled. And they got to the line 27 times, and I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it. They didn't shoot many free throws tonight. At the end, they started getting there a little bit, but our guys have done a good job keeping their hands back, playing with their feet in their chest, and done a good job getting into gaps early. But it's our guys have taken pride in defense and rebounding. We always have, but they've been together. They've been really locked in with our scouting reports. I think our coaching staff does a great job of preparing them that way. And I'll tell you this: our scout team is terrific because we don't teach our guys that are going to play the other team's offense, say to run it. We teach them how we want to defend it. And today's shoot around, I thought our guys were really locked in again today. And we went through it obviously yesterday, but the focus is you got to give the credit to our players for being focused with it.
Rick, just how would you assess where you guys are going into conference play next week?
I thought tonight overall might have been as complete because we were good offensively. Again, and we play teams that defend just like Austin Peay guarded us. Where we had those opportunities and haven't necessarily shot the ball both inside and out well. And defensively, again, we talk about it. We can just really lock in and guard. We'll find a way to manufacture some points. But I've said it before: when you're making shots. There's a lot of teams that can win tonight when you're making. And we shot the ball well. We shot it. Again, I haven't really studied this sheet yet, but we ended up for the game. 56%. Yeah, that'll win you a lot of games, and we shot it well. What we shoot from the three.
44%
That's a pretty good night. Didn't do a great job on the free throw line, right? Let's see.
6 or 12.
Yeah, but otherwise, those are pretty good numbers, and did a good job obviously on the glass. 17 rebounds. I don't know what percentage. Again, I haven't looked at the adjusted stuff that we use in terms of what percentage we were getting the offensive rebounds, but it's just a good effort in terms of, I thought, overall taking care of the ball. We got careless a few times, but overall, again, it's time of year. It's a tough time to play, knowing that guys will be leaving here and quick turnaround for everybody to get home and get back, and some guys won't go. But just really proud of the concentration and the fact that they gave Austin Peay the utmost respect by the way they prepared for this game.
Thank you, Coach.
All right.
Thank you.